Good morning everybody and welcome to today's Star of the Week Assembly. Now this week was Teacher's Choice. That means it can be for anything. The awards could be someone that's being really polite or trying really hard with their numbers. And we've got lots of very good children. So we're going to start with year 2. Drum roll please. For hard work and great questions, it goes to Mr. Oliver Smith. Well done, Oliver. You have always worked very hard. Well done, you. We're staying in year 2, and today, really great artwork, Star of the Week award goes to, drumroll, Mr. Ethan Crowson. Well done, Ethan. I would like to see some of your artwork, please. Now moving down the bench to the year 1 class. This is someone that's been trying really hard with their number bonds. Number bonds can be tricky. And the winner is, drumroll, Miss Edie Bartlett. Well done, Edie. That's a really good Star of the Week and you deserve it for all your hard work. And last but not least, in reception, somebody has been working really hard with his writing. And it is Mr. Drumroll, Zachary Hawkins. Well done to you. Excellent effort with your writing. So those certificates will go on the wall for a week and you'll get them next week to take home. Now, I'm going to read you a story. It's quite a long story and it's about the smartest baby in the whole world. It's called Baby Brains and Robo Mum. Before Baby Brains was born, Mrs. Brains ate lots of fish and lots of nuts, which are really good for your brains. She also played foreign languages on her headphones and read out loud to the baby inside her tummy. Mr. and Mrs. Brains were hoping for a clever baby. But when Baby Brains was born, they were amazed just to see how clever he turned out to be. When the hospital scanned Baby Brains' brain, they compared it with a normal baby's brain and they were amazed with the results. At home, Baby Brains had no time for toys. He preferred working on the computer and doing experiments with his chemistry set. But most of all, he loved to design new inventions. I wonder what inventions you design. Baby Brains invented the first remote control self-rocking cradle. He also invented the first fully motorised baby buggy. But despite his quite brilliant labour-saving inventions, Baby Brains couldn't fail to notice how tired his parents were at the end of each day. Sometimes they were even too tired to read him a good night story. One night, Baby Brains stayed up inventing something to help Mr. and Mrs. Brains. He was sure science and technology would have the answer. It took him all night and well into the next morning. Finally, at lunchtime, he was able to present Mrs. Brains with the most ambitious invention to date. "It's Robo Mum," said Baby Brains. "Gosh," said Mrs. Brains. "What does she do?" "The ironing for start," said Baby Brains. "Fantastic," said Mrs. Brains. Robo Mum soon took over all the housework chores. She cooked the evening meal and washed up afterwards. "Wonderful," said Mrs. Brains. The following day, Robo Mum had learnt to wash the car. "Crikey," said Mr. Brains. By the weekend, Robo Mum had taken over looking after the baby. First, she changed Baby Brains' nappy, but Baby Brains preferred his mum to do that. Later, she gave Baby Brains a bath, but Baby Brains preferred his dad to do that. Worse to come, when Robo Mum insisted on putting Baby Brains to bed. "Don't let the bed bugs bite," said Robo Mum. "She's doing too much," said Mrs. Brains. "And what's all that smoke coming out of her head?" said Mr. Brains. The next morning, instead of cereal, Robo Mum said nuts and bolts and engine oil for breakfast. "Something's gone wrong," said Mr. Brains. "I think I'll have a yoghurt," said Mrs. Brains. Later, Robo Mum washed Baby Brains. in the kitchen sink with all the dishes and hung him out to dry on the line. Baby Brains tried to wiggle free, but the pegs held him in place. He started to sway in the breeze, along with all the washing. Baby Brains began to cry. I want my mummy, he called. Mrs. Brains was upstairs when she heard the baby calling. She looked out the window and could hardly believe her eyes. She raced down the stairs, through the kitchen, and into the garden. She grabbed hold of the baby. Quick, Mum, said Baby Brains. I think Robo Mum is about to explode. As the smoke cleared, Mrs. Brains held her baby tightly. Thanks, Mum, said Baby Brains. That night, everyone helped cook dinner and wash up afterwards. Later, Mr. and Mrs. Brains put the baby to bed. It was nice to do things together again. Of course, Baby Brains didn't stop inventing. Soon he came up with something he was sure his mum and dad would enjoy. It was the new and improved Robo Mum 2. I like that story because even though Baby Brains was trying to help his mum, sometimes we just want to be with our family members. And I think even though he's the smartest baby in the world, he still needs other people to help him and look after him. So when you go home tonight, please make sure you say please and thank yous to your mums and dads, the kitchen staff, the teachers, your friends, because no matter who you are, even if you have a brain as big as Baby Brains, you might need someone else to help you out. Have a lovely day and enjoy your long weekend because you won't be in on Monday, and I hope to see you all next week. Bye everybody!